Terrence Collinson Graves, July 6, 1945 to February 16, 1968, was a United States Marine Corps officer who was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for his outstanding courage, superb leadership, and indomitable fighting spirit on February 16, 1968, during the Vietnam War. Terrence Graves was born on July 6, 1945, in Corpus Christi, Texas, and grew up in Groton, New York. He graduated from Edmiston Central High School, Edmiston, New York, in 1963, and from Miami University, Oxford, Ohio, with a BA degree on April 19, 1967. During his school years, he was a senior patrol leader of the Boy Scouts of America and president of the Methodist Youth Fellowship. Graves was battalion commander of his ROT unit and a member of Beta Theta Pi fraternity while attending Miami University. In 1967, Graves was commissioned a Marine Corps second lieutenant upon graduation from Miami University. He completed the basic school, Marine Corps Schools, Quantico, Virginia, in November 1967. In December 1967, he arrived in the Republic of Vietnam, where he was assigned duty as a platoon commander of Team Box Score, 3rd Force Reconnaissance Company, 3rd Reconnaissance Battalion, 3rd Marine Division. While on patrol 6 miles, 9.7 kilometers, northwest of Dong Ha in Quang Tri Province on February 16, 1968, his unit was engaged by People's Army of Vietnam, PAVN, soldiers. At the end of a fierce fight, he was killed in action when the helicopter he had boarded crashed after being hit by PAVN fire. Graves' military decorations and awards include: the President of the United States in the name of United States Congress takes pride in presenting the Medal of Honor posthumously to Second Lieutenant Terrence C. Graves, United States Marine Corps, for services set forth in the following citation: for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty as a platoon commander with the 3rd Force Reconnaissance Company. While on a long-range reconnaissance mission, 2D Lieutenant Graves' 8-man patrol observed 7 enemy soldiers approaching their position. Reacting instantly, he deployed his men and directed their fire on the approaching enemy. After the fire had ceased, he and 2 patrol members commenced a search of the area, and suddenly came under a heavy volume of hostile small arms and automatic weapons fire from a numerically superior enemy force. When one of his men was hit by the enemy fire, 2D Lieutenant Graves moved through the fire-swept area to his radio and, while directing suppressive fire from his men, requested air support and adjusted a heavy volume of artillery and helicopter gunship fire upon the enemy. After attending the wounded, 2D Lieutenant Graves, accompanied by another Marine, moved from his relatively safe position to confirm the results of the earlier engagement. Observing that several of the enemy were still alive, he launched a determined assault, eliminating the remaining enemy troops. He then began moving the patrol to a landing zone for extraction, when the unit again came under intense fire which wounded 2 more Marines and 2D Lieutenant Graves. Refusing medical attention, he once more adjusted airstrikes and artillery fire upon the enemy while directing the fire of his men. He led his men to a new landing site into which he skillfully guided the incoming aircraft and boarded his men while remaining exposed to the hostile fire. Realizing that one of the wounded had not embarked, he directed the aircraft to depart and, along with another Marine, moved to the side of the casualty. Confronted with a shortage of ammunition, 2D Lieutenant Graves utilized supporting arms and directed fire until a second helicopter arrived. At this point, the volume of enemy fire intensified, hitting the helicopter and causing it to crash shortly after liftoff. All aboard were killed. 2D Lieutenant Graves' outstanding courage, superb leadership, and indomitable fighting spirit throughout the day were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Navy. He gallantly gave his life for his country. /S/ Richard M. Nixon. In 2001, a memorial honoring Graves was dedicated on Main Street in the village of Groton, Tompkins County, New York. Graves' name is inscribed on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, The Wall, on panel 39E, row 071. Graves Hall, Officer Barracks, the Basic School, Marine Corps Base Quantico, Virginia, is named in honor of Terrence Graves. Graves Lounge, Millet Hall, Miami University, is named in honor of 2NDLT Graves. His Medal of Honor and citation are on display there. Lieutenant Terrence C. Graves, Marine Corps League Detachment No. 1330, Butler County, Ohio, is named in honor of 2NDLT Graves. The honor graduate from the Marine Corps' Ground Intelligence Officer course is presented with the Terrence C. Graves Award. Name enshrined at the Pentagon's Hall of Heroes. 2nd. FL. Corridor 10, left at the ramps,